discuss. I will repeat once again what agenda is all about. Again, okay. What we'll be going to discuss that. Okay. So we'll first start with the introduction. Okay. We'll start with introduction. Then we'll try to understand why do we need the nonlinear activation function. Then we will understand the concept and we will try to understand with respect to the story. Okay. Then we'll try to understand the session for that related to that particular topic. So let's get dive into the straightforward for the first topic that everyone knows that what are activation functions? What are activation activation? We'll try to understand this particular topic so that you can relate to it. Okay. What are an activation function basically? If I wanted to talk about in simplest terms, right? So activation functions are mathematical equations that determines the output of network node. Okay. So simplest terms, if I wanted to talk about uh, activation function, activation function are nothing but what? Mathematical equation. Mathematical equation. For what? It is a mathematical equations that determine the output of neural network node. Determine determine output of neural network node. Okay, neural network node basically. Okay, so I hope you understood, at least understood or got the clarity what what are the activation job is all about. Okay, so what this equation will help us to understand that they decide whether a neuron will be activated or not by calculating the weighted sum and adding bias to it. Okay, so if you are asking that if we don't have this activation function, what will happen? Right? So the question is very simple. Okay. So if you don't have the knowledge of activation function, our neural will not work. Okay, whatever the model which you are understanding the AI model, right? It will be simple, a linear regression. Okay. I hope you got the clarity. If you don't have understood about the six machine learning thing, then you will not understand this particular. Okay. Let me know and comment down below. What do you think about it? If you want a separate video of linear regression model, let me know. Okay. So let's get dive into the other part that is the totally agenda of this particular video. Why do we need an activation function? First of all, second thing we have to discuss about why do we need activation function? Why do we need is a linear activation function? Why do we need nonlinear activation function? Right? So concept is very simple. Okay. Linear activation function only allow the model to learn the linear relationship. linear activation function. This is like trying to predict complex outcomes with a straight line. Okay. But in reality, what happens? It does not work well when the data is non-linear pattern, right? You can't expect the data to be always be in linear pattern, right? Data can come in any sort of a patterns. Okay. So nonlinear activation function introduce the necessary complexity to the models that enables to learn and represent more complex patterns. Okay. Are you able to understand what is this a nonlinear activation function we need? So when there is a nonlinear data patterns, if we found in the data, then this nonlinear activation function introduce a complex terminal to enable to learn the more intuitive patterns. Okay? I hope you understood. So you understood with respect to the highly overview. Okay, if you have learned about the machine learning or sort of stuffs. So we'll try to make this as a very simple story so that you can understand what is this is all about. Okay, so take a one particular use case now. Okay, we'll take a story now so that you can relate it. Okay, the story here is like imagine there is a gardener. Okay, there is a gardener. This is a gardener. I'm very bad at drawing, folks. Like I'm just writing. This is a gardener. Okay, who wants to water the plants. Okay, what he will do is he will take a can of a water and he will water the plants. Okay, he will water to this plants. Okay, whatever it is. This like just I am watering for the plants. Is watering. Okay, so let's say you have a straight pipe. You can consider straight pipe as a linear function. So if it is a straight pipe, that can only move water in straight, perfectly straight, right? That works fine if your garden is perfectly straight. However, most gardens have the curved pipes, steps, and various paths. Okay, so most gardens have the curves, more related to that, right? So what we do for that, we will fold the pipe, right? To water your entire garden, right? Entire garden efficient. Need a flexible hose, right? That can bend, curve without obstacles. Okay, so this is a particular story that can relate to it. Okay, so we'll try to understand with the use case now. So that makes sense, more sense for us, right? First, try to understand use case with respect to the use case. Okay, so every Sunday I will be making this kind of videos and posting, folks. Let me know your view, how you are liking. Okay, so that gives me motivation to make more videos such kind. Okay, the use cases in the case of an healthcare. So there I will be taking the very pretty much great use cases. First of all, you need to understand about the healthcare. Okay. So in the sector of an healthcare, we will try to understand. Okay, in predicting whether a patient has a certain disease based on symptoms, nonlinear activation helps capture the complex relationship between the symptoms that has a function would miss. Okay, so this nonlinear activation function will help in thing. Okay, whether a patient has a certain disease based on the so in which use case patient patient has a certain symptoms. Okay, then in a predicting whether a patient has certain disease based on certain disease based on symptoms. Okay? So this nonlinear activation function will capture this particular this relationship will captures, okay, in the healthcare sector. So if you wanted to understand in the finance sector, okay, finance, you try to understand in the finance part what happens is it in stock market prediction nonlinear activation functions allows models to understand complex pattern in stock price, right? Which are influenced by numerous factors, market sentiment, indicators, and there are a lot of factors, right? To consider about the stock prices, there are so many patterns, complex patterns to we have to look at it. There will be a company performance, it may be a indicators, stock indicators, performance of the company, right? So you have to think about that as well, that aspect, performance of a company, right? And let's understand now the sector of an e-commerce. In e-commerce, what happens in recommending the products, nonlinear activation functions, it enables a model to learn the complex preference of the based on the browsing, based on the purchase history. These are the things. So now we'll straight away understand more about the realistic aspect now. Okay. So in the Python demonstration, what you will be going to expect is very clear, very straightforward. Okay. So I will be not talking superficial level theoretically. Okay. We'll be going to understand this kind of math with a practical approach. Okay. So in a real world data set, let's understand with real world example. If we'll be going to use data set that is MNIST, okay, we're going to use MNIST data set. Okay. What this data set consists? This data set consists of handwritten digits and written digits. So it consists of handwritten digits. Okay, we'll build a neural network to classify these digits and see how nonlinear activation function will improve the model performance. Okay, I hope you understand what we'll be going to build. We will be going to build, okay, I will make very clear. We will be going to build a neural network. I am writing NN, it's nothing but neural network. Okay, I have introduced a nonlinear activation function. So we will build a neural network for what? To classify handwritten digits. It's very basic example so that you can understand the things. HD is nothing but handwritten digit. To classify handwritten digits. So I will write handwritten HWD handwritten digits. Okay. So to classify these digits, okay, to will build the neural network to classify the handwritten digits. Okay, this digit and see how this nonlinear activation function how and we'll try to see how non-linear activation function will improve the model performance. Don't ask me this why you are writing very short form. And this is a kind of a convention I follow that I write a less amount of information I will write it. I try to explain more of in this particular video. Okay. I hope you understood what. concern more. Okay, so we have to classify the handwritten digits, and also we'll try to understand how this non-linear activity functions will improve the model. Okay, I hope you got the clarity. So we'll try to demonstrate this particular thing, and we'll be going to discuss that part. Okay, so we'll try to understand by importing and loading the data set. Okay, let's get into the Anaconda Navigator. We'll get back. Okay, so I will just uh, go to the coding demonstration part so that you. So I will just go to the Jupyter notebook. Okay, that let's load this Jupyter notebook. That's the browser. Which one? Go. See, doesn't if this is doesn't open, no? What here to do is Firefox can open has opened here. So it takes time generally. So just be patient. We walk you through that. So I hope you have installed Anaconda Navigator. You, if not, just let me know in the comment down below, folks. I will make a separate video on that. We'll get the clarity what you till now. Okay. I will just go to desktop. Okay. Here, what I will do is I'll just take a book. So for this part, for demonstration part. So first of all, you understood. First, we'll import the libraries. Okay. So I will just select this. We'll import the libraries. So I will just write a comment here. Import all libraries. Okay. Import all libraries. For the libraries part, we want over here. Okay. Just hit enter. You will understand if it was there or not. Okay. In order to confirm that, what you can do is TensorFlow as TF. As is nothing but alias name which we are giving as a short form as TF. I don't have to write again and again as. Okay. Just if we see, this is straightforward error. A module not found. So what that means that TensorFlow you have not installed in your operating system. Your system TensorFlow library is not. So in order to do that, what you will be going to do, install that particular package. How will you find that? Using the PyPy package. Okay. So what you can do is py py and tensor. Okay. So if you just search it, you will get this particular package. Okay. Search for it. Okay. Search for it. You will get the pypy.org, that particular project. Recent version you will be going. Just copy that. Just here. Right now. Just paste it. Okay. Paste it. Pip install TensorFlow. Okay, so now it will get installed. Okay, I hope you understood. So my overall understanding this particular sort of stuff is about understanding with the use case. Okay, why this is important, why this is so, why do we need a non-linear activation function? Those are the things that like recruiter might have, right? When you are working in the data science as well, you will be so many things. Install. Okay, I will come back when it is getting installed. Okay, I don't want it. Right. For what we are doing, what I am doing, putting the back assets and putting in another model. Then I am adding, and I am just okay, really just putting the two categorical part. Okay, so what I am doing the and splitting the data from my screen and test. So let's try it. Let's have a try. I'm just using the Google Colab, so it's very easy to go. Okay, connect and Google Cloud. Okay, this is will be going to run in. So this is far better than running the this local machine. So just have a uh, install the others. Okay, Keras, Keras, libraries, we tested. It is already installed. It is down. Just build and compile the model. I hope you understood. Non-relu, we are just adding that. And now we are adding the software. Let me know in the comment down below. Like what are the, if you want that video, what's a neuron? Write the sort of stuff, explain. So let me know about this was it. So we will go particular and we will evaluate the model. It the model. It's nice. It's quite good accuracy. Okay. So in this video, what we explore is we explore about why non-linear activity because it's like why the This activation capture confidence in our data. We then more we demonstrate, we understood how cleansing dataset. By using an online softmax, learn derive more. Okay. So remain understood about story of a random non-linear about neural network. Okay. I hope you understood, right? To adapt, perform better in real world scenario. Okay. Different one. This video helpful. Please subscribe for more machine learning. Okay. Once this kind of a series is ready to cover system software engineering, okay, what's our thoughts is on, then I will writing a program just to practice software engineering that I will be bringing from for this particular video. The topic is the story. If that's it about this, it, it discuss